If you have valuable experience and a passion that you love to share with others, being a coach is a great choice for you. So, in this podcast, I'm going to give you a 3 step process to help you achieve success as a coach so that you can profit from all that wonderful wisdom and knowledge you've acquired throughout your life and career. But first, why should you listen to me? I'm Jane Baylor and I'm founder of Ideal Client Success, which helps coaches, consultants, and sector experts build a thriving business and love their lives along the way. I worked as a brand consultant for many years under the umbrella of large marketing agencies, developing campaigns for clients such as British Airways, Coca-Cola, ITV, and Discovery Networks. Eventually, I scaled and sold a brand identity business to the US Communications Group into public and became a managing director of Future Brand, which is one of the foremost brand consultancies in the world, before founding my own coaching practice, which supports experts, that's coaches, consultants, and agency owners to grow their business rapidly and without falling into black holes that suck their time, energy, and resource. If that's something that sounds familiar to you, we should be talking. So make sure to book a call and speak to myself or a member of my team. And the link's in the show notes. So I'm someone who's not just advising you in a theoretical sense. I really have been in your shoes and grown valuable businesses and revenue streams along the way. I've sold many 6 figure coaching and consulting packages and a couple that were 7 figures each, and I know what it takes to succeed. So if you want to earn a living as a coach, but you're not sure where or how to start today, I'm going to give you a simple 3 step process to get going. Let's do it. Coaching is a great career choice for people who have a deep interest in a particular field that others want to improve too. As a coach, you're not a teacher or an advisor, nor are you a passive listener who is just there so people can vent their feelings. Rather, you'll be someone who really enjoys supporting but also challenging others so they can learn, evolve, and become the very best versions of themselves. So maybe you've been in employment or self employed for a few years and you've set up a business of your own, helping other people achieve success in that area that you're so passionate about. Or perhaps you've been going for a while and at the point where you want to scale and maybe move from a one to one to a one to many model, in which case you'll enjoy most of my other free resources as well. I've supported coaches to succeed in many diverse fields. Clients of mine have included medical professionals who offer health related guidance in areas such as integrative medicine, addiction, weight loss, or how to get started as first time pharmacy owners. I've helped psychologists, mindset, change management, and leadership coaches, experts in productivity, energy, wealth creation, financial advice, and entrepreneurship, as well as career coaches, children's education, and parenting experts. As well as my own coaching and consulting practice in the field of marketing, I've also helped clients with connection and interpersonal authenticity, brand development, and communication, all of which are subjects that I'm personally really passionate about. So, with this in mind, here are the 3 steps you can take to succeed as a coach. The first step is to define or revisit your passion and the skill set or wisdom that your audience want and need. Consider your background, education, and history to identify how you can offer the most value to your clients. Coaching is quite a broad catch all term, so the first thing you'll need to be clear on is whether you want to work in the field of wealth, health, or relationships. And wealth includes every aspect of business or financial advice, including marketing and business growth, which is, of course, my topic. Health includes anything and everything related to physical or emotional well being. And relationships cover everything interpersonal, like dating, parenting, marriage, divorce, and so on. Now, once you're clear about this, you'll need to narrow the focus even further. So, let's say, for example, you've escaped an abusive marriage and your overall mission is to help others avoid the pain that you went through. Your clients may not pay you to tell them obvious things anyone would say, such as call the cops if someone pushes you down the stairs. However, they may really value some help and support to recover from the emotional impact of trauma, or they may want help to deal with the financial fallout of divorce, or they may want to learn how to thrive as a single parent or maintain boundaries and manage communication with their children, or spot red flags in dating before it becomes too late. Now, if you were to go out there and offer all of these things all at once, your audience would be confused about whether you can help them with a specific challenge they have, and your message to market would be weak. Think about it. Someone who's dealing head on with the emotional impact and fallout of trauma is probably not ready for the challenge of evolving a healthy relationship with a new partner. Maybe down the line, yes, but not right now. Often the problem you solve will come down to timing. So you should think about the stage in your client's journey where they have that specific problem you want to solve and are looking for the answer to it. Now, I don't know about you, but when I have a problem, I tend to obsess on it night and day until I can resolve it. And I will know exactly what that problem is. If I can't pay the bills, I won't care about planning my next holiday in the Caribbean. If my children are having horrible fights each day, my first priority won't be providing them with a home cooked lunch, and so on. People will never follow their dreams until they've solved their problems, and they will also not pay for anything they can access easily via YouTube or Google or any other search platform. So, what you offer has to be very, very specific. It really does. And you have to have authority that comes from your own hard earned experience. Now, a lot of new coaches worry about making their market too small by narrowing down or what's called niching. Now, what's important to remember is that there are millions of potential clients out there for you, and you will achieve more success if you focus on just a few. I know this may sound counterintuitive, but if you want to go into why this is important in more detail, I invite you to check out a YouTube video of mine, which is called From Niche to Hyper Niche. Another thing you'll have to decide on is whether you want to serve the general public, that's called B2C or business to consumer, or whether you want to work with businesses or the people within them. And that's called B2B, which stands for business to business. Now, here's an example. One of my clients, Ashvi, is a doctor who found that her passion for integrative and preventative medicine was at odds with the traditional pharmaceutically based approach here in the UK system. Now, there are a number of topics that Ashvi was really excited about. For example, she was a MasterChef semi finalist who loved cooking and serving up healthy yet delicious food. She'd also lost a lot of weight herself and transformed her own fitness, sleep quality, and well being. She could have offered coaching in a number of different areas, but she eventually recognized that holistic disease prevention and recovery was really her specialty, and she went on to achieve great success in that field. Here's my own example. With my 20 or so years in media and entertainment, I could have specialized in brand marketing coaching, consultative selling, creative team building, or agency growth. I also considered management and leadership coaching as I had both led and managed large teams and been the managing director of a very successful business. My personal journey as a cancer survivor and single working parent gave me another dimension that could have helped me coach in cancer recovery or how to thrive as a single parent. And I was super passionate about the field of communication, which came from my lifelong interest in personal growth and development, as well as some painful people experiences that had caused me to study this field in greater depth. Now, I wouldn't have achieved success if I'd started offering all these things all at once. My audience would have got confused and I would have diluted the impact of my efforts. So I decided to focus on the one area that I had the most impressive and proven results in, which was marketing and business growth for experts. And this was also something that I enjoyed. And because of my extensive experience, I felt I could do a lot better in this niche than others who were offering something similar. So rather than staying broad, really take the time to consider every dimension of your particular experience that you could possibly share with others. And then pick your one thing, as I call it, that you can help people with and can demonstrate a track record of success in too. And that's really important. So, step two is to benchmark this against your passion. What do you really love doing? What most interests you? Your passion truly is the foundation for building a successful coaching business because you'll be generating income from this for years into the future. And you'll need that enthusiasm for when the going gets tough, as it will from time to time. If your chosen area of expertise is not something that truly excites you, you'll reach a point pretty quickly where you feel bored and restless, and your true passion will start to eat away at you, and this will make you frustrated and feeling inauthentic as you prefer to spend your time researching and obsessing about your preferred topic instead. It's a bit like being in an unsatisfactory relationship and dreaming about your first love. No matter what you do, you can't get the memory of him or her out of your mind. And eventually, after decades, you realize the two of you were meant to be together. And sometimes, finally, you actually are. Really, I've seen this happen. So be honest with yourself, really honest, and get some help if you're struggling to identify and connect with your true inspiration. What do you really, really care about and why? Now, as a result of going through this process, some people decide that they don't want to serve organizations, even if they have, say, a business background. In other words, they don't want to have a business to business or B2B coaching offer, and they decide to serve the general public instead, which is called business to consumer or B2C. For example, you may have a long and very impressive corporate career, but if your true passion is for parenting or dating or fitness and weight loss or nutrition or something like that, you might ultimately decide you want to coach clients in that area instead. You know, it's entirely possible to have an offer that can work in both B2B and B2C, but in the first instance, it's helpful to pick one audience and one route to market and stick to it until you have proven demand for your services, and you can then expand from there. Step three is research your industry. So once you've identified your skill set and your passion, it's time to do some research. And this includes looking at trends and the competitive landscape. You should find out there's a need for what you do before you get going and see that others are already building thriving coaching businesses in that area you're also interested in. Evaluating your competition is a really important part of this research and choosing your area of expertise. Look at other coaches in your field and consider their approach. Identify any gaps in the market that you can fill with a unique or different take on things. What do they do that you can do better? You might also think about whether you need accreditation or training to deliver results. And in this respect, I would say it depends on your outlook and prior experience, as well as your preference in your area of specialty. If you've already been in a helping, caring, management, or advisory role, this may matter less. These days, it's just as important to market yourself effectively as to deliver impactful coaching, so both skill sets need to be considered. Now, as part of the research process, you'll also need to identify your unique selling proposition or USP, which is what sets you apart from other coaches in your field. And a USP is a statement or phrase that describes what makes you unique and different from your rivals. It helps you stand out in a crowded marketplace and makes your dream clients understand why they should choose you over others. And this will help you attract your target market and put your efforts into the people who most need what you do. If you want some help to do this, why not reach out and book a call, as we love to help our clients with this. There's a link in the show notes to do that. Now, getting feedback is really important. Before you jump in, take the time to talk to potential clients, industry experts, and other coaches to get their thoughts on what you're planning to do. Consider their advice, but try not to listen to anyone who has not experienced success in that field you're looking at. The worst type of advice is uninformed advice. Some of the well meaning rubbish you'll get from family and friends will just derail your plans if you're not careful. So be very mindful of who you listen to and always think about what they have or haven't done that qualifies them to advise you. Once you've worked your way through these three steps and you get going, you'll also need to develop assets to showcase your expertise and services and use social media and other marketing channels to build your brand. Build your network, attend on or offline industry events, connect with others in your field, and develop relationships with potential clients, considering offering free calls and consultations, and use speaking opportunities if you can to promote your services. So, there you have it, the three steps to achieving success as a coach. To recap, step one is to define your area of expertise. Step two is to identify your passion. Step three is to research your industry and get feedback from your market to give yourself the best chance of success. Thanks for listening, and I hope you enjoyed this podcast episode. If you're planning to start a coaching practice of your own, make sure to reach out and book a call. And as always, be sure to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more tips and advice on how to succeed as a seller of your own services. See you soon. Bye for now.